Peace, reflections. Peace to the gods. Peace to Planet Kai. Peace to the ancestors. Peace to the Most High. Ashe. So, I start this as the beginning of my breatharian journey. As an Aquarius, I am the element of air, and I've already had a deep connection to the air, and have an easier time connecting to the air than I would say the average soul. Not even to be like boasting, because everyone has their own gifts, talents, and things they can tune in with on a soul level, you feel me? Some people are better at other things, and some people are better at other things, you feel me? Like some people are better vocally, they're better leaders, they're better teachers, they just naturally have these energies about them. And then other people are gifted in other ways, you feel me? I'm talking about spiritual talent, soul talents, right? And as an Aquarius, like, within my journey, when I very first woke up even, like spiritually, 2020, even though I was only like reawakening, because it wasn't my very first time waking up, I'm a soul that within this body just was temporarily pulled away from the essence I come from within this body, you feel me? Within all this fuckery they placed within me as soon as I landed here. You feel me? So it's not like I'm finding anything out for the first time. I'm just retuning into my eyes essence, you feel me? So it wasn't my first time waking up. I was just waking up. Like, I was asleep within this body, so I was waking up. Like, you feel me? Like, on a deeper level, you feel me? Even though I already had deeper energies speaking to me my whole life. I was never really with the fuckery. I was never really asleep. Like, I was already woke on some level, but then I had a spiritual awakening. Like, I had a deep, whole, like world shattering, like deep, like mind altering, whole, like soul connecting experience, soul activating experience in 2020. You feel I? And within that energy, when I first went and changed how I ate for the first time ever, it was like May, when the first couple weeks of lockdown, I was watching the God Infinite Waters, you know, Ralph Smart. He would be talking about that 7-day vegan challenge, 7-day plant-based, 7-day vegan. I decided to try it out one day because my mind was just open up in general around that whole time, that whole space in May of 2020 when I was first waking up. All these new things were coming into my mind for the first time. I started realizing I was in my thoughts for the first time. Like, I stepped into the awareness that heard my thoughts, the presence where my thoughts cease when I stopped thinking. I was able to get that constant voice that be running on your head in autopilot. I was able to meditate so much that it stopped, and all I felt was my body. I was able to just fully feel my body. I was gonna say all I was able to do was feel my body. I was saying that in a weird way, because I'm saying that like it was a bad thing. No, in a good way. Like, that's all I was focusing on was the sensations in my body, the sensations of the air, the sound. Like, I was feeling into everything, and I was stepping into a different space. And I haven't even gotten back to that, let alone a lot of other energies. Like there's energies that tapped into on a different level outside of that. Like, I've had, like, many different ups and downs within my awakening. Like, awakenings within awakenings within awakenings of, like, different areas. But it's been all foggy because within the all, I keep falling asleep and waking back up, going to sleep, waking back up energetically. Like, I got so much shit weighing me down that I still haven't broken free from. Like, I never fully even broken free from the matrix and gotten into my higher self. I just, within my sleep state within the matrix, started to feed all the information of the truth, and I'm trying to get to that state, so I'm within the state of being within all the fuckery and trying to undo the fuckery. So there's some of us who are on the other side, who are in our higher self, who have manifested that higher reality, and that's what I'm trying to get to. Like, I'm within the energy of being trapped within all the bullshit and trying to free myself within it, and it's been a very drawn out spiritual war. But within all that being said, when I very first started waking up and breaking free from the matrix for the very first time, when I very first started to awaken my soul, when they put the planet on lockdown from all the higher energies that they were afraid that were pouring in, all the cosmic energies pouring on the planet, and they were afraid of us tapping in, so what they do? They put it on energetic lockdown. They put the planet on energetic lockdown. It wasn't just lockdown, it was energetic lockdown. They were locking down the energy, pouring in on the planet, pouring in from the sun, pouring in from the heavens, the real heavens, the cosmos, because heavens is just a different word for cosmos. So when they say God came from the heavens, they're saying God came from the cosmos, aka Anunnaki gods, an alien extraterrestrial race, if you want to put it like that. The real aliens, if you want to put it like that. Because we're not from this planet, and white human beings are from this planet, but we aren't from this planet either. This is our home away from home. We made this planet. My ancestors created this planet, but we come from Xylanthia, Sirius X, home of the X gene that we incarnate within. The power of the X. The supreme X. They put that shit in Ben 10, talking about the X alien. And what is it? All black, pure dark matter, black alien that's like a god being of species that can do everything and manifest in warp matter and shit. They put that shit in Ben 10. The highest evolutionary alien that Ben 10 was able to evolve to was this thing called Alien X. And what was that shit? Again, an all black dark matter being that was able to control all matter, phase in and out, control everything, basically warp all of reality. And there was a whole species of them. And every being that evolved to its highest form would reach the state of Alien X. Ashe. With that being said, when I started waking up in 2020, when I really had that energy hit I soul, because it was coming in for the first time, and that shit was powerful, and then they started to lock it down. They've been adapting to that energy point on the planet. See, it's a spiritual war that's happening currently as we are sitting here. So they're figuring us out, and we're figuring them out. It's good versus evil, literally. It's Zeus and the fallen versus us and versus the high vibrational forces within the Most High, Mother Universe and the Most High. You feel me? And as it's happening, they're making shit to adapt to our shit. We're making shit to adapt to their shit. So when the energy was pouring in on the planet, they had to adapt to that shit. And then they found ways to fuck with that and relock a lot of souls that were waking up. Like, they should be on an energetic spiritual level. So they be attacking you through the airwaves, through the ethers, through situations, places, and circumstances. But really it'd be an energetic thing. Mental warfare. Thoughts that aren't yours. Like all this different shit. And it'd be how you feel trapped in your soul here. Because you're the soul within the body. Even if you're a human being, you're still not your body. A so-called white person, you're still not your body. You're the spirit. Blacks, Latinos, we're the soul, but white people, y'all are still a spirit. So your electricity, your consciousness and electricity, you're not your body either. So on a deep level, it's all energy and how you feel within the body operating through this realm. Your body is just the vehicle to allow you to pick up the vibrations. Your body has all these senses, right? They try to demonize being sensitive, but being sensitive is one of the most powerful things you can be. What the fuck is the opposite of sensitive, huh? Numb, zombified, dead. If I have senses and I'm in tune with my senses, why the fuck would I not want to be sensitive? That means I can feel. I can feel. You don't want a world of people feeling? You don't want a world of people feeling? Because that's the world we're living right now. That's the result of demonizing feeling. A bunch of people running around doing all this horrible shit to each other. So as a being with senses, being in tune with my senses is a very good thing. Ashe. I'm pulling all those thoughts together. Let me retract what I was saying, because I got a lot flowing inside right now, right? So your body is your vehicle that just translates the vibrations, the energies around you through your senses. Like, you have the ability to translate the energies around you, translate it into you through sensing these energies. This is what I'm trying to get at. Everything is energy. These vibrations are vibrating. You pick up on the vibrations through what? The vibrations go through your ears, and they hit your eardrums, and you translate those different vibrations and frequencies into a specific sound, and different sounds are different vibrations. When you feel the vibrations through your touch, through the fingers, You absorb those vibrations through your skin, through your organ, through everything around you. So everything is vibration, everything is energy. When you drink, when you eat, you're just taking on energy and breaking it down. You feel I? When you speak, you're literally speaking vibration into the ethers around you. So that's why words are so powerful. That's why words can kill and bring life. Words within science are measured to affect everything around you. The water, the food you eat, everything around you is affected by the words you say. That's why in religion they even tried to pull the truth and make a small little malformed reality of the true power of words, which already existed before praying. But what they tell you to do in religion, where do you think they get that from? Pray over your food. So I'm crazy if I do it within my own power. If I speak to the trees, if I speak to to everything I interact with, if I speak to the cannabis I'm about to smoke and I say, peace cannabis, and I activate its genetic properties of the cosmic cannabis it is, not weed, but cannabis from the Canis Major, and I activate its genetic properties. If I speak to the fruit and I activate within it the higher vibrational energies and put my intent within it to tell this fruit that I understand what it is and beyond all the pollutants within this fruit and all the tampering these human beings within on my planet are doing to the fruit and plants to try to make it what it's not. I still understand the ancient genetics in this fruit, the nature genetics in this fruit, the healing properties in this fruit, everything in this fruit that interacts with my genetics, because I am a being of this planet. No matter what they want to call me, I am really indigenous. However they want to call it. In dig I do. In dig I trust. In dig I dig in us. Indigenous and dig I do in the soil. I dig in us. I'm trying to do wordplay. You get what I'm trying to say? So I have the genetics to even communicate with everything in this planet, to feel everything in the fruits and the plants, and to speak to me on the level it does, to heal my body in the level it does. Human beings and white people, most of them, they can't even break down the fibers in plants. Their bodies aren't even from this planet. The ecosystem, nature doesn't even, they get itchy and all that shit. My mom was trying to tell me that, no offense, Mom, but you don't even know anything about grass. I understand, I got what you're saying, but no. Because I was talking about something with my neck. My human being mother was talking about your neck might have been from being outside in the grass. They speak from their energy respectfully. A lot of them cannot take that habitat even beyond the sun. I'm not even trying to get into that. I'm just being honest. I get strengthened when I'm out. Y'all don't even know what I am. Talking about the grass make my body break out. Yeah, break out of this fucking cage y'all done put me in. Made me break out of that? Yeah, for sure. Being around the grass made me break out of that? Yeah, for sure. But, I have the genetics to communicate with everything in my planet. You feel why? And even though they do all this shit to fuck with the fruits and fuck with the plants and everything, when I speak to the plants and I activate that, I understand what I'm doing on the divine level. And my point with what I'm saying is, it's not crazy when they do it. When they believe a giant white man is hovering above the clouds, their sky daddy is listening to them and they're praying to him and he sees everything they do, but they're not crazy. And 300 years ago, that same entity, they were so deluded, they thought that entity was telling them to slaughter all my people, go all across the planet, force their religion onto us, treat us horrible because they thought they were superior to us, look at us like savages, do all this terrible, disgusting shit in the name of this giant, like, I want you to logically think about this, right? Like, actually put this shit 2 + 2 together. Like, outside of anything of our energy, within our divinity, let's look at them in the same way they try to gaslight and look at us. Since they say what we do is witchcraft and voodoo and crazy, y'all were trying to tell us, y'all believe a giant white man is sitting on the clouds, and y'all talk to him. He never talks back to y'all, but y'all talk to him and pray to him and killed animals for him and sacrificed y'all children for him and went to wars and slaughtered and plundered and pillaged and all this shit in the name of that God. But we're the ones that we were doing witchcraft though. Our shit was evil though. It's black magic. Yeah, it's black magic because so-called black and Latino beings, carbonated beings were doing it. And anything black they're trying to make seem evil. Black male. You feel me? The darkness. Don't go to the dark. They try to always make the black, you feel me, the black seem evil. But little do you know, in the darkness, that's where you come from. The light comes from the darkness, not the other way around. Black, all colors come from black, and then it's just a different translation of the frequencies. When you open up black, like black is source, but when you start to divide black and pull different frequencies, individual frequencies from this overall giant pool of frequencies that the black is, you can pull out blue. Blue is a specific frequency contained within the overall container that contains all these frequencies called quote-unquote black. Like the pure, I'm talking pure dark blackness. Like you see that TV right there? Dark matter energy. All colors within the visible spectrum come from the color black. Red, blue, green, yellow, orange. They all come from black. They're just different specific frequencies pulled from black. And this is how I can break down on a scientific level how the so-called black and Latino man and woman is the manifestation of life itself that gives life to everything around it. And this is why they are full of carbon, because carbon, if you look it up, carbon is what gives life to everything. And this is why we grow ether, because ether is the air. Ether is the life force in the air. Fuck calling the air the thing in the air that's keep bringing you to life, that makes air so powerful. That energy source, that energy force is called ether. The same way there's an energy source called electricity. Yeah, the energy source in the air is called ether, prana, life force, whatever you want to translate it into within these different cultures. Like in the Chinese culture, they call it chi, right? Or whatever. Same shit. Prana, chi, life force, ether. But this is why we grow ether as so-called blacks, Latinos, Anunnaki gods. We grow coiled ether because we feed on the sun. We have the genetics of this planet. We have our avatars have the technology that was evolved alongside this planet because this is our planet, our habitat. So this is why we don't just take the sun, we feed on the sun. We aren't just plant-based. We are what the plants are before these human beings even called that plants and called us something different than the plants, because everything on the planet is supposed to all operate in the same similar way to where we all feed on the sun because we all come from this planet. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's only blacks, Latinos fell from our state and had our genetics altered and have been pulled away from our natural essence so long and filled with all these thoughts to believe. Just like you can be told to start smoking cigarettes and then you start smoking that and you take it on. We took on eating this food. We took on wearing this cloth. We took on acting like these human beings. But in our higher states out in nature, we evolve and metamorphosize into a greater, bigger being. A much stronger being that feeds on the sun, feeds on the ether, feeds on all the energies of our planet because we put them there to begin with. We design how the energy works in all different realms throughout the multiverse and the cosmos. As ancestors did, Ashe. And within that being said, everything is energy. You feel I? So within this beginning of I's breatharian journey, within I being an Aquarius, I've always had a natural connection that was stronger than the average soul with the air. Like it was a little bit easier for I to just already jump into feeding on the air. Like the very first thing it's like only now have I put it off and really trying to tune into it. But when I very first started in 2020, that was like the very first thing I was able to do. The way I started breathing. It's like I was in control of my breath and then it's like I was conscious of my breath the whole day, and then the entire week, and then that whole phase, it's like I was just breathing in so deeply, and the way I started breathing, it changed everything. And then when I went outside and I breathed in, the whole air outside just felt so deeply nourishing to my cells, my body. It was like giving I a whole higher energy source. And now everything that I'm learning in correlation to that within my journey now just deeper confirms all the things I felt in my soul that I would then doubt and not trust. Because in my soul, I was basically saying in little bits and pieces, but maybe not as vividly expressed verbally, the very things that I'm hearing reflections outside of ascended masters, teachers, or people more in tune, saying the same words, resonating to my soul, confirming the same shit that I was tuning in with, that I just never fully tuned in with. But if I kept going, I'm realizing that that would have been me right there already. So when I was tuning into the ether, tuning on the air, I really was feeding on the air. Like, I really have fed on the air. Like, it might have not been for a super extended period of time, but I've gone, at one point, I've gone like 3 straight days where I wasn't even drinking water. And I was actually like walking all around town, going all the way up to, I was walking a lot and super physically active. Like, I was stronger during those 3 days in that certain period of time. Like, my energy levels and the way my body feels has nothing to do with the food I'm eating. There's times where I feel stronger doing this, and then times where I feel weaker doing this, and it can be completely all over the place. And really it be this man-made food that be having all this blowback and negative impact and all this way down on my body. And then it's really only when I eat this food a lot, and then when I gotta cleanse and detox from it, that my body goes through all these different phases and stages of detoxification and cleansing and getting rid of all the parasites and all the bullshit and all the shit weighing me down, and the my adrenal glands being all, fucked up and attacked, my mitochondria being all fucked up, the powerhouse of the cell. Like, basically, the more you attack your body through all this man-made food and all these weapons that were designed to attack our body and genetically fuck us, do all this shit to us, right? It's like the less your body is able to run and create its own energy in a healthy way, run on its own energy, and just convert and create energy, right? Since, like, when you start to try to heal and eat the right way and just cleanse, right? You'll mistake all these symptoms and all this shit for being sick in the way you were programmed with. And really you are sick, but really your body's always sick. It's just you've been stuffing down the sickness, and now you're trying to cleanse the sickness. You're pulling all the sickness out of you. And then when all the sickness starts to come out of you, and you gotta face it all, you want to stuff it all down again, and just cope and eat the blue pill. And just trust everything Master done told you. When everything Master done give us has been for our demise. Everything Master has given us has been to destroy us from the inside out. From the very beginning, since they landed on our planet. Before they was even mastered. not to give them no power. I'm just saying it in a way to resonate your soul. To stir up your soul. But so, yeah. Today is May 27th, Wednesday. And this is the beginning of our Breatharian journey within I feeling a energy in my soul to set within divine setting, within like a divine spell cast, like etching it into reality. That I want to actually begin the transition overall into fully, because I've already done lots of energy work to where I felt all these energies, and I feel the possibilities and the realities and the energies I was tuning in with to run on the ether and run on the sun and run on these energies, right? And within this transition, when I'm transitioning and changing how I eat, and I'm really going further and further away from eating these man-made foods, and I'm only eating fruits, and I'm eating less and less overall, and I'm running more on water, or not even water, like, H3O2 and the air and all that stuff, right? And meditation, deeply meditating, deeply get into our higher self. When I run on those energies, right? It's like I've already tuned into the energy work to do the transition to, I've already been on a journey of transition to my higher self. Breatharianism is just, they give all these power to these different words and ideas and thought camps and groups and titles and stuff. But really, as the being I am, ether, air is just one energy source within I's planet. I can run on electricity as well. The sun, the photon energy as well. So we'll give all this power into, I'm a breatharian. Okay, no, how about I'm just translating the energy into the ether, one of the most powerful sources of energy in I's planet, and running on that and all the other ways I can run on all the energies within I's planet. Ashe. And doing the energy work I was already doing, but now I have deeper confirmation to already understand what I was doing is really what it was doing, and not back down all this shit I was doing. Because I always sit here and doubt myself and listen to everyone outside myself while sitting here literally being the living divinity. Like, I've literally been here over a month and a half where I was eating only fruit. I keep saying that as one little example, when that takes away from the hundreds of different times of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days here and there over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, where I've gone. Even though I'll relapse and eat the food, and then I'll go in ruts of I might be months eating the food, and it might be a long ass time before I rise up into my higher self again. But every single time I've had an energy within being in a energy cycle within running on higher energies and doing the work, and that downloaded and encoded those energies into my genetics and activated me to a level that doesn't go away, that doesn't fade away, that stays there. That's a deep memory in my soul. And it just piles on to everything that's back and what I'm fighting for. So they have I within a sleep state, but as a soul walking through this body, I understand everything that I'm here to do. But then they got all these sentient programs around I was born in these cities. I was born in this matrix deep in the system. And so I got all that shit, the program, the life that was set outside, and everything of how the system was set up for me. And so they got all this shit designed to keep you from even being able to just be with yourself. And then even when you do get a job and you're working and doing it in the whole program of how they want us to do it, working with them, it's like, then you're just running on a hamster wheel, and then you definitely, babe, don't all your energy outside of yourself, and you can't even sit with self, and even that shit's on a deeper level too. Like, they got so much set up in this system, in this matrix, to pull you outside yourself, down to having kids, but in a way that's outside yourself. So those kids aren't really had in a way that's like you get or getting married or getting with some girl or just or working, just the whole 9 to 5. In any way you have to set up yourself within this matrix. It's just, that whole shit is just so deeply ingrained into like the planet and the structure they have us born within. But it's only your belief within it. And really it just be us around other people. Like, we got family, we got all this shit that we tie our soul to. And because we don't actually remember or truly believe the God we are, a lot of us are not actually on that frequency yet. So we're not on that frequency of self-sustainment, because if I'm able to fully generate my own energy to the point where I don't need any of this food at all, then I don't need to listen to anything. And not in a bad way. I'm talking like I can go anywhere, move all around my planet, go anywhere, do anything, and not have to bend my knee to anything. I can fully live in the way I want to, all the ways I want to, and never bend my soul again. I will enact my will in every single way that ripples all through the ethers, all through I's planet. If it is I am able to fully self-sustain and create all the energy within I. For it is that our bodies are self-creating chemical factory. We create all the chemicals, all the minerals, everything within us, we naturally generate, and we absorb and pull in through our planet, through the soil, through the ether, through the air. This is also why they do so much to pollute our planet too. It's deeper than what you think, because the so-called blacks, Latinos, Anunnaki gods, the beings of this planet, we feed on our atmosphere. We are strengthened directly by our planet. We are directly linked to the planet and nature. So how strong our planet is how strong we are. How polluted and diseased our planet is, especially the black woman, how polluted and diseased we are. I'm saying the black woman is the most affected by all this. So she feels the pain of the planet the most. The black Latino woman. Because she is Mother Nature. And Mother Nature is feminine. Mother Nature is the womb that we all come from. Beyond, like, even on this physical plane, on this realm. And then on a cosmic scale, we come from the cosmic womb, Mother Universe. So within everything I'm doing and within all the energy work I'm doing, it is in I to tune in deeply into myself and pull all I's energy into I, all I's life force into I. And the more I meditate on this, and the more I understand all the ways to do this, all the way into the words I speak, and how it feels when they leave my mouth, and how it feels when I let someone touch my skin. The energy shifts, the energy transfers. My energy, my life force is the most important thing, the most important currency. And I had something giant draining my life force for over a man-made year, but time is an illusion, and I broke down time so much that really, this whole year was really the most I was in all this bullshit. This was like pulling me all back into the matrix, the most I've been for a long time. I still wasn't even fully in it, so it's like time didn't even feel real, but it felt the most real it felt within this year, and that shit was just slowing down, and everything was moving all slow and weird and shit, and I wasn't able to tap in all the ways I was tapping in all 2023, 2024. Even early 2025. But now I move past it all, and I pull all I's energy into I, and I move forward with even deeper protection, even deeper spiritual armor, even deeper understanding of how to protect I's energy, and just how to move, and just learning a lot, like a lot more growth, like a lot more, like, you feel me? So within all that being said, today marks the beginning of I's Breatharian journey. Even though I've already been on this journey overall, now I'm just actually just marking it and setting I's intent and will. You feel I? And I'm letting y'all tune into I's journey. You feel I? Just showing y'all everything to be an inspiration, to be an example and a literal living proof and truth of everything. You feel I? Ashe. But so yeah, word. Thank you for everyone who tapped into this video. I'm gonna just tune in. Just work deeply with self. Work deeply with the energies in nature. With all the energies I've been communicating with. But just really tune in with it all. And just zone out everything outside of I that's been trying to pull all that energy outside of I. But yeah, peace to the guys. Peace to Planet Kai. Peace to the ancestors. Peace to the Most High. And peace to I in all forms. Ashe. One.